Oh man, what a day. Still going, guys. You remember that last video? You might have watched me changing the tire 4 hours ago. It's 4:30. That was what, 10:30? Still going, man. When you work for yourself, you're going to be an entrepreneur. If you can't do like 30 to, especially a young guy, 20 to 35, you can't do 24 to a 30-hour cycle without sleep. If you have to take a 1 hour power nap, in your truck or something, that's okay. If you can't do that, then you don't want to work for yourself. Okay, I guess you could ask Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and the Amazon guys. I'm sure they've had plenty of. Anyway, I'm sorry. Promised you a video on installing a furnace today. We got a thermostat that's broke. We got to stop and look at here in Atlanta, Georgia. And then we got a hard start. We got a compressor that won't start. If you go outside in your house and your air conditioner is going click, click, I'm going to show you how to fix that for hardly anything. You call the big boys out. I say they probably get you between $300 and $500, especially this year, guys, because heating and air, guys, we only got 3 months here in Atlanta. We've already wasted April, May, and almost June is just a couple of days away. Well, what, 7, 14, I think he says 20. Anyway, it ain't long. And we've been running our heaters. We had snow up in New York, within 10 or 15 days of June. Man, everybody knows in the United States, June, the beaches are already scalding hot and the lakes are 80 degrees. Not here, man. So, we only got 3 months. What does that mean? All those heat and air guys out there, I've got rental properties, so I don't need to cheat you. But the other guys, the young bucks out there, a lot of them don't have that. So, they got to do what they got to do. Thank you, Craig. So, here's the furnace. Oh. That's a good old Lennox. And that's basically a 70,000 BTU upfloat. That would do a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, probably about, 1,500, give or take, with a 3-ton drive. Got it loaded, double strapped on the truck. Got the duct boards. You can get this at Home Depot, or you can buy it at a duck house for like $40 a sheet. And if your furnace is too short, because they generally are, because the new evaporators, we're leaving the old evaporator on there, which is a 10 SEER. All the new evaporators that they should put on this furnace is going to be a 14 SEER, so it's going to be much taller. What they did is, my theory, if you want to learn, you listen to me. I got some pretty good philosophies. What do you think? If I'm stupid or whatever. I think the power company are brilliant people, and they realize that they are going to have to run a massive amount of electricity wires. That's very expensive. What, $8 million a foot? Google it. What does it cost to run new power lines per mile? It's going to be expensive. Because I wanted to put a little windmill up on my mountain land and sell the power back to them. They're talking $8 million, $1 million a mile to get to the sub base to do it. And that was the, that's your deal breaker. Anyway, so what they're doing is they're giving you 14 SEERs. Ask yourself why a power company will give you something that's higher SEERs. Why do they want you? Why would they want you having 8 or 9 to run your power bill up? Use more amps. They get more money. Well, they're so brilliant, I think, that they realize we'll give you the 14 SEERs. You're not going to use that many kilowatts a summer, because basically a 14 SEER, if I'm putting a 2.5 ton out and I'm putting a 10 SEER 22 Freon, and I'm going back with a 14 SEER 2.5 ton, I'm basically putting about a 3 to 3.5 ton in your house. Oh, no. Back in the 80s when I went to heat and air school, like, you can't do that. You're oversized at the house of sweat and mold. So they couldn't tell you that. But all us heat and air guys know, man, we can look at the equipment. Here at Lennox, look at those condensers. They're huge. 10 SEERs would be half that size, but they're high efficiency. It looks like a 6, 7 ton. or at least a high efficiency 5-ton. I don't know, it probably is a high efficiency 4 or 5 ton, but it's huge compared to what it was 30 years ago. on a 10 seer, or even in the 60s or 70s. Those things were tiny, dude. You wouldn't believe. I run across those every once in a while. They're tiny little air conditioners, you know, especially a little 2-ton old school Carrier. Okay, well, anyway, so what the power company come up with, because they're geniuses, you know, they figured they'd give you 14 seer. Everybody in them, and the federal government they spent millions on lobbyists to get the federal government, like everybody, you can't manufacture no more 13. Remember, they went up from blank and then a 13 seer, and then a year later, that wasn't enough. They went to 14 seers, and they made the federal government mandate it. So all these Lennox stores, Johnstone, whoever, can't sell nothing less than a 14 seer. That 14 seer is running cheap, guys. Better than that 10 or that 8. So that savings, you think they're passing that on to you? Nah, man, come on. When have they ever gave us anything? Never, bro. Go back. I haven't done this. You got time, you do it, and then comment and tell me if I'm stupid or wrong. You know, and you ain't got to be mean to me. I'm just, you know, I come up with these theories, and sometimes I don't have time to track it down. But my theory is that if you look at the kilowatts per hour we're paying, say on a 10 seer, say 20 years ago, it's a nickel. And now we're probably paying, you know, say 2 or 3 years ago, say, you know, you look at the kilowatt per hour goes up so much. And I bet you in the last couple of years, it went up a lot more to compensate the power loss on the extra 4% efficiency. So that way, you're burning you're burning less amps. So those less amps can go to that house over there, you know. You figure 10 houses, it's going to save so many kilowatts. So for I don't know how they do it. They're geniuses. Every 100 house that's got a 14 seer here, and you know, your refrigerator is high efficiency now in your microwave. It's just not these air conditioners and furnaces. But you add all that up under the roof. Yeah, your kilowatt per hour is less. If you look at your bill, I guarantee it's going to be that. Especially if you've got good insulation. You know, Obama gave you the kickbacks they want you to put the big bad windows in. You know, they want you that. They gave you kickbacks because the power company's not having to build more power or nuclear plants or run that goddamn power lines. That's expensive. Because y'all are using less energy, but y'all know you're paying more for less. Don't that make sense? So, I mean, they can probably build another 10 or another 100,000. I don't know what it comes to. I mean, I could find out if I want to sit down and get on Google or Wikipedia, whatever, and break it down. It's there. I love that about you guys. YouTube Daddy, you know, I love it about you young guys. I'm a baby boomer's son. So, my daughters, I don't know what to call you. I need to look that up. Generation X to Millenniums, man, y'all got it made. Mom and Dad to buy us encyclopedias and put them on the bookshelf, and that was our Google. Y'all can just hit this little phone and boom, it pulls right up. Man, I used to hate going to encyclopedias. Oh, God. Trying to find that stuff, dude. Got 40, 50 books. And if you was lucky, if your family could afford one, and then what happened is get outdated. They come up with new ones. I don't know what them things was. I don't know, maybe 1,600 or something. They were crazy money. Or if you couldn't do that, you'd have to go to the library. So we're going to go put this hard start kit on, see if we can get this compressor to come on. We're going to put this furnace in tonight. We got some trim over in, I think, Lawrenceville that's rotten. We promised them we're going to have a heck of a day. J-Dog got a roll, bro, and no sleep. That's how it works. If I had a good day's, sleep last night, yesterday I slept over 12 hours, so I'm charged up. But if I would only, slept just a little bit, and I would, whatever, I was saying, what I was trying to say, I wouldn't have no work. It seems like God plays those jokes on me. But anyway, always remember, parents, I keep my channel G, rated G, because I like the kids. And these are for my young kids to watch as well. So let's go put this furnace in, fix these other two. Oh, yeah, and so, that furnace runs me about $450. So, and hey, he usually gives me a printout of the bill, but he was so mad at me because I was 3 minutes late. He left here at 4:33, and Craig's a great guy out here in Marietta, Georgia, the manager, but he got mad at me because I ran late today. But it's been a busy day. I had to load everything. Look at the back of the truck, recovery system, the gauge, you got to have the torches and filters, flue pipe. It takes a little bit. It ain't that bad though. You can do it yourself. You might have to get you a little set of torches. Just think if you had to get on Craigslist and buy your little $200 set of cutting torches to braze it. You can buy the brazing rods online for $3 a piece. They're not hard. I'll show you how to wrap the lines good with water. You watch my channel. I'll teach you how to put air conditioner in and do it right. Been doing it 35 years since I was 17. That's all I know. I'm a master of the HVAC. So, a lot of guys in heating in there, they get mad at old YouTube daddy when I get in my stuff, because I got connections. I guess I'm blessed. Who knows what and why, but I get my stuff for my total equipment out the door with tax. It's usually under $1,500. That ain't with the line set. Line set's another $137 for a 35 foot. So when I tell that right there, I post that one time on Facebook advertising. Oh my God, did I just get just ring, dude? Oh, you can't do that. There's no way, because those guys are paying like $2 to $25. J-Dog's getting it for $500 to $1,000 less than those guys, and they're real. All these licensed HVAC, my competition here in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, they just ring me out. And you know what J-Dog did, dog? He went and got the receipt, took a picture of it, put it on Facebook. What? Boom! The receipt don't lie. You see the letterhead, Lennox, and all that. So, you can get it. Well, I'm telling you this, so you don't know a roundabout way. You can lowball some of these places. You don't have the warm air license. You can't buy the equipment down here in the South, which is not fair. I mean, if you can pull a homeowner's permit and put you on, whatever your own plumbing or whatever they allow you to do. I've never do that. I've always, had property in the, out of the city, out in the country where they left me alone. I don't like big government, especially if I own a piece of land, a house, and it's paid off. The bank don't own nothing. All my property's paid off. I don't owe nobody nothing. So if I want to put something on my house, well, now I got to have you guys' permission. I don't need y'all's permission, man. It's my house. In my high school up in Chattooga High in Somerville, Georgia, one thing I can say about that, you millenniums and Generation X, is it was the coronavirus. I'm in the city, I need to wear it. Anyway, just to be sociable, accepted. You just think them YouTubers that bodyguard tackled that woman, slammed her down. I don't need that, man. I'm drama free. So, back to, I wonder a lot, but I'll get back on track. So, you millenniums, you X, my generation, we were blessed. The government wanted us to succeed. The baby boomers kids and the baby boomers, yes, the 60s, 70s, 80s was the best years of America. And that's true. I lived it. It was not, and I know before then, you had the Great Depression in the 40s up to almost 50s. Grandpa lived through that. It was miserable. Up in the mountains, he had to kill animals, trap animals to feed his 4 kids. I heard all his stories, and that's where we're at now. We're supposedly supposed to be living right now like we were in the 40s. So if you got a job, this is like what, March the 20th, 2020, with almost 30,000. I say 20, so last week it's probably about 30 million now. Truth be known, 30 million people out of job, dude. That's a lot of competition. So us guys, YouTubers that's got jobs, you best do right and keep it, because hey, man, you got a lot of competition with 30,000 million people looking for a job. So when somebody posts something on Craigslist or whatever, headhunter agency, they got the top of the top, and they're not gonna pay them nothing, because that's something else Generation X and all y'all need to learn. When there's more people than there are jobs, entrepreneurs, the rich, how do they get rich? They take advantage of it. You don't pay you nothing, because there's so many people like myself that I can make 100 an hour, but I'll work for 10 an hour. 52, I'll get out there and do it because I got kids and I got to do what I got to do. I'm a man, son. So I'll work for my wife and 2 kids for whatever, $8, $10. So I'm blessed to have this job at U.S. Legacy. These are great guys out of Roswell, Georgia. I've been with them almost 10 years, man. Basically from Ukraine. They're not Russians, but they used to be, I guess. I say that as a praise. Them old boys in Ukraine over there on that side, they have got work ethic like you wouldn't believe, man. I mean, they don't. Only the elite can work for U.S. Legacy Development, you know, out of Rawlinsville, Georgia. I had a couple of friends, 3, and they all got cut, you know. I mean, you know, the other one just the other day, I got him a job like 8 months ago, and I just heard they cut him. He slipped on 3 big jobs. They pay good. They treat you good. The clients, what we're doing is going all around Atlanta on the 2008 real estate crash. And these guys, stock market, whatever, mutual funds, they bought off all these houses, rehab them with the bailout money. And we, you know, we have contracts, if you will, with the management companies like Waypoint, Colony American Homes, I can't think of a couple more. I mean, there's a bunch of it. I can't think right now. I got so much going through my head I want to explain to you guys. Wisdom. Through much wisdom comes much sorrow, the Bible says. So I've had a lot of sorrow. If you look at my beard, I actually dyed with just for, man, it's solid white, man. So you see a 52-year-old with solid white beard, you know that man's went through some heck, some, you know, some stress. Much wisdom. Much sorrow comes much wisdom. Don't forget that, guys. It's true. The more sorrow you go through, the wiser you're going to become, man. Because when you're living through sorrow, you're paying attention why that sorrow is upon you, and you're never going to let it happen again. So I got a lot of stories like that. But when I was talking about the millenniums, I went to high school, and my high school was what you call a vocational school. We built a house, a full-fledged house on a mobile home frame every year during construction. 4 years of construction, 2 hours a day. Where's his name up in North Georgia? Great guy. We did it all but the heating and air. And then, you know, you take and, you know, they sold it in the paper for $30,000, which is probably about $60,000 or $90,000 in today's economic times. A lot of money. Off us kids back for free, but we got a trade at it. We learned how to sheetrock. He taught us how to mortar, you know, take bricks and put them, you know, mortar them together in blocks in the shop, you know, and then the next class come in, add water to the mortar and recycle it. We clean the bricks off, you know, at the end of the session, let the next student choose. It's brilliant, brilliant. Welding class. I never took none but construction. Welding class, cosmetology, and these were high school kids, freshmen. When they got out of high school, guys, they had a trade. You gotta like that, guys. You know, and they took that from you guys. They took that from you. You millenniums, you Generation X. Like my daughter's in college, 2 of them. You know, they gotta go to college, or you gotta have a GED. How about if you dropped out of high school because you got ADD and you can't get a GED? You know what I mean? But you're a genius when it comes to putting heating and air in, or repairing a car. It's just your God-given talent. Well, guess what, huh? When you can't go to heating and air school because you ain't got a GED. My generation, you could drop out of high school at 16, 17 and go right into heating and air school and get your 2-year degree, work for somebody for a few years, find 3 people that like you and trust you, they sign off on you, go down the line, get your goddamn war marital license and make you good living. Can't do that no more. So I do. My heart goes out to you guys. That's why I'm on here, and I feel bad for you YouTube guys, man. Not you YouTube guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to, you know, pay attention to this and drive and talk, which I shouldn't be doing. I know, but still, I mean, you know, I've been driving since I was 40 years, I guess. Never had a wreck in 40 years, man. So I got this. Insurance is really cheap. Not you YouTubers, you young guys, you 21-year-old, you 25-year-old. I got my daughters, they bring them around, their boyfriends. And my daughters, you know, her friends. Like you guys are paying what, like $300 or $400 a month? Mine's $30 a month for liability insurance. What's yours? $300 or something like that? If you put it in your name, not in your mom and dad's name, and you're 18, 21, and you know, you got to get insurance. Oh my God, it's sick, dude. Let's see, $300 a month, $3,600 a year, dude. 2 years is $7,200. I'm good at adding money. Like 72, dude, in 2 years you got to buy the car that you're driving probably for what you pay. It's sick. It's so twisted. They give y'all, chump y'all $8, $8.50, $9 an hour when it's costing you a whole week just for your car insurance. It's crazy. Feel sorry for you. I love Amazon. Might have took some benefits away, but he's still dropping that 15 strong on you just walking in the door. You can't knock 15 an hour, bro. 6 a week. That'll pay you car insurance in 2.5 days instead of McDonald's a full week. And that's just my boy Amazon. You know what I mean? You got to give him props for that. Plus, when you buy his, like I bought his batteries, Amazon batteries, you know, odds is those are made in America, or I'm hoping they are, or I'm hoping at least the money's staying in America. Maybe it's not. But I try to buy the Amazon brand when I can, you know, hoping that I send that money to Amazon and it's staying in the United States. Walmart, you know it's going straight over to China. They bring them big old utility containers, ships in, hundreds of those containers, and we send on. Look how big that. Hey, look guys, millennials and X's, when I was living at 5 years old, when I was born in 1967, so like 72, like 75, and my generation remembers this. Comment if you want to. If you mess with China, or especially in the 60s, or early 60s, in the 50s, anytime in the 50s, in America, you went to prison or jail because you was consorting with the communists. So you was a commie, and you was a danger to our Republican nation, to America. They didn't want you, they didn't want you spilling that communist stuff over into your friends at church or work and all that. It's like Amazon don't want a union. They got a big, they said they was going to move Amazon to New York, if you watch the video. And New York said, well, we're going to do a union, because New York's nothing but unions. And Amazon said, oh no, bro, we howdy. So they moved somewhere else. So it's the same type of theory. I don't know, maybe this stuff interests you, maybe it don't. Just like, the biggest pet peeve I have is how the German people are condemned Hitler for the Holocaust of the Jews, which isn't right. It ain't right to kill, to genocide anybody or any race. But hey guys, how about these poor Native American Indians own this American soul, bro? I watch so many documentaries. You millenniums, you X's, you ought to do your history on that. Those guys got it really hardcore. But Custer and all them, they teach us they were heroes up on, Custer's Last Stand. I was watching a documentary on that last night. Where he messed up and said is, he took 3 troops, one here, one here, and one here. Custer got cocky, went in by himself, and the minions tore him up. Because this guy came in, first and started getting slaughtered by the Indians because they didn't realize how many guns they had collected, plus the arrows. So they took the first cavalry out, and then Custer came on in there by himself instead of waiting for that cavalry to regroup, and then the 3rd cavalry fresh, and they all 2.5 hit at one time. Anyway, interesting, the stuff to me, and he died. Bad choice. So I feel sorry for Native Indians. They got the reservations. They killed whatever his name was, Bigfoot, and all them big shit. Cloud. I can't remember, man. But it's sad, that those guys. This was their land, dude. This, if you see go back and pull up the Indian, the Native American Indian, whatever, 1700 something, their map. There's I learned there's 50 or 100 different tribes with different languages, and they all lived on America's soil peacefully. They loved the earth. They had a great philosophy. Yeah, they wasn't into Jesus and all that. For our Protestant ways, Catholic or whatever your thing is, or atheists or whatever. They was in their own little thing, but it worked for them. And then the Black Hills, all that, we was going through a recession like we are now, and somebody found a little gold, and the government oh man, that is going to pull us out of this recession. So they went up there, and that's when Custer and all got killed. over the Black Hills, getting that gold. They ended up getting the gold. God dang, I think it was Lincoln. I don't know what president was running the show, but he sent so many troops in there after they took Custer and them out. They obliterated them, man. And it said there was like 250 little kids and women that ran from the reservation, and those armies went out, and they got panicked. You know, like they do with our kids, they shoot them, you know, because they think the kid had a gun, but hey, he didn't have nothing. He's just trying to pull his shorts up. Same thing happened to them 250. They just took that Gatling gun, tick, 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 and they had these cannons that said that could fire like 50 rounds a minute or something crazy like that. Killed all 250 of them. So them people had, like, if you're Cherokee Indian or any kind of Indian that, you know, lives on a reservation, you remember, they gave y'all that alcohol and try to make y'all drunks, man. It was crazy, man. My heart goes out to you. I got mad respect for your race. I'm glad y'all got the casinos and y'all coming up off those, you know, casinos on your own reservation. And I think it's awesome how you have your own government on your own reservation. You have your own judge, your own system. So if a murder's committed on your reservation, you do the investigation. Your tribe comes on. Just ran out of gas, guys. And don't that bite. Oh, man. Here's what happened. Whoa, whoa. So you got to cut this truck off and you got to coast. Yep, had to cut the truck off, got to coast. We're coming into Atlanta, GA. What's up? ATL in the house. That's what Atlanta looks like. We're coasting. Ran out of gas. Got to talking YouTube Daddy. See, I didn't have time to get gas because I had to get to Lennox. I was 3 minutes late. They cussed me out. So I said I'll go down there, and I had just enough. I know how much gas. I drove this truck 90,000 miles. It's been a great truck, so I know how far it should go. So what you do is you shut your car off and you coast. I'm going down, and we're still coasting. So that's 1 mile, my YouTube babies, that I didn't have to walk. Bless you, Jesus, that we're going down the hill. That's going to be what, another half a mile to a mile I ain't got to walk. And what little bit of gas I got, when I crank, it's going to sputter. I'm going to use that to roll me in that service station or get me really close. Do that. When you run out of gas, don't panic and pull over. Try to cut your car. Yeah, you're going to lose your power steering and your power brakes, but you don't need it on these roads. Just stay back from people, you like I'm doing. And coast that bad boy down to 15 miles an hour. Who cares? Put your emergency flashers on. Get as close as you can in the coast to the gas station. I'm coming in. Atlanta's got a big gas station. I know there's one off of Georgia Tech Avenue, which is just around that curve up there. So you YouTube babies, my children, it cost me gas. I forgot to get gas because I was so intrigued to talk to y'all today. So anyway, let me go, man. You know, I need to focus. Excuse me. I need to focus. Maybe I should go this way. Let me pull off here and go this way. Come on, baby. You can make it. The gas station should be right up where those buildings are. And we're going over this hill, so if I can coast down the hill, I can't wait till I learn how to crop. You know, I'm new at this, so I can pause it. But if I pause it, it shuts my video off and it sends it to straight over to my YouTube thing. And then I had to start like phase 1, phase 2, part 1, part 2. So once I learn, like, are you professional? I mean, my hat off to you guys. It's got 8-9 million subscribers. That's incredible. That is, I mean, that's impressive, dude. That is, dude, I got one guy said, you want to be friends? I said, heck yeah, I like being friends with people. The more friends you got that won't get you in trouble, the more wisdom and knowledge and help you have on the earth. It's hard to find good people, good friends. But, I mean, if you friends on somebody on the internet, you know, they ain't like they're going to get you in trouble. See how slow we're coasting, guys? Yeah, we're barely moving. But look how long I talked to you guys. I could have pulled over back there and I had to walk this far. I'm just about in and ramp. I know there's a gas station. Yeah, I got to get through this red light and go down one more block, and there's a gas station over there to the left. That I know. So, what we do, we're going to put it in neutral, crank her up. It just started. 2,000 RPM, give it a lot of gas. You know, and move your truck back and forth. Shake that tank, guys. You know, this ain't my first rodeo. Come on, baby, come on. All right, it just quit on me and wants to, so let's up. Oh, there's a Shell station right there. I just got to hit that. Okay, let me. Oh, no, sorry about that, guys. YouTube Daddy is out of gas, so. Anyway, I'm coasting again, turning it hard to the left. There's the Shell station right there. Can the YouTube Daddy make it? Or is he a total Nothing. Does his theory work or don't work? Come on, baby. Come on, sweet kid. Give your YouTube daddy a break. Come on, baby. You see that hands, that's what it's doing. So you know I ain't lying. Look at my RPMs, guys. Struggle wheel up on my heel. Oh, it just went dead. I ain't got nothing. Come on, baby, come on. Still got a little power still. Come on. Okay, I figured I'd keep recording this. Y'all would get a kick out of this. All right, here we go. Turn this bad board, no steering. Oh, I'm about to hit the curve. Oh, don't hit the curve. Oh, I hit the curve. Lucky I didn't cut my tire. Hold on, guys. I gotta take 2 hands to turn it. I am in the gas station. Hey, I made it to the gas station. Let me turn it on over here. Oh, my gas tank is on the wrong side. I gotta. Sorry, the phone dropped. So I need to get this thing to crank one more time. Come on, sweet baby, come on. Okay, it's cranking. One more time. Come on. Oh, man. Let's cut it on. Let's let the switch stay on. Let me show you guys. See? That's how close I made it, dude. Hey, dude. I didn't have to walk. So you got to give YouTube Daddy credit for that one. Hey, maybe one of you guys will use that one day. You little mutt. Come on, baby. Come on. One more time for Daddy. No. No big deal. I can get a jug out of the trash can. I got to. Come on, baby. No, that's it. Well, you know, most time the good Lord is, because I live right, He'll let me make it there. But what we'll do, go in and get $30, find a jug in the trash can, pour it in the gas tank, half a gallon, whatever, you know, 2 or 3 cups. It'll fire up, and we'll back her up and fill her up. I didn't have to walk, nor did I have to call my roadside service. I was smart, cut my truck off, and I coasted as far as I could coast and conserve what little gas I got. I've done this a million times. Not literally, but I've done it at least 100 times since I was 16. Nobody's perfect, guys. Hey, let me get gas. Let me get to that first job and show you how to fix a compressor. Save yourself $300 to $500. And a lot of these, like this summer, these guys are crooked. They're going to tell you your compressor's bad. Like, if you've been doing business with the same heating and air guy, say 5 years, 7, 8 years, he's always come out and did you fair. Then a call we're about to go on to, I've known guys that tell that customer, because that customers trust that guy, because he's never done them wrong in 7 years. And that customer tells them, say, here the compressor's trying to come on, it's locked down. You need a whole new system for $5,500, $6,500. And that customer's trust is old Joe, because Joe's been with them for 10 or 15 years. And they never call nobody but Joe. So they give Joe the $6,500. Yeah, guys, true story, true talk. Because Joe needs that money, because he's only got 3 months to put up for the winter. Because us heating air guys, we don't make nothing in the winter. It's tough. You starve in the winter. I won't say what my saying is, because people might take it the wrong way, but you're poor. I'll say you're poor trash in the winter, and you're rich and classy in the summer. I'll make a new one up. And it's true. You can make a lot of money in the summer, especially when it gets really hot in April, May, June, July, August, September. You're talking 6 months. We only got 3 left, so yeah. All right, I'll let you go. I'll talk too much, I know. But, you know, it's like these are for my children, and, you know, like I'm talking to my 4 children. Once I'm dead and gone, I'll be eternal. They always be able to get on here and you know, laugh and see my struggles, and maybe to teach them how to have a better life. So, about to get a loan from a bank. My wife's finally doing the taxes. We're gonna go to BB&T and get some loan on some of this land I got paid off. We're gonna start building tiny houses. I would say in the fall. I can show you how to build your own house for pennies on a dollar. We'll get on Craigslist. We'll find the materials used for penny, you know, nice stuff. I'll show you how to build a $50,000 Habitat for Humanity house, or whatever you want to call it. A nice little house, a little, you know, cozy, like college kid style. Nothing big, for like 10 G's. I got an A-frame in North Georgia I built. Took me, because I told you I went to high school and they taught me how to build a house. And then I went to heat and air school to learn how to put the heat and air in. So, you know, they taught me how to wire, carpentry, shingles, all that. Went heating air school, got the HVAC, so now I know do it all. I'm a round guy. I can weld. I don't pay nobody nothing, dude. I do. If I can't fix it, nobody can fix it. That's my theory. I ain't being cocky and arrogant. No, I'm not. I'm humble, man. I'm telling you. I'm very blessed. I'm very gifted. I'm very, very gifted. Now, hey, when it comes to spelling words or doing essays, or nouns, pronouns, adjectives, I'm ignorant. When it comes to putting a house up or heating air up or fixing a backhoe or a bulldozer, putting a new clutch in it or a track, I can do it. I've always been able to do that. And now, you know, who can't really? Like, you just take pictures as you tear it down, pull your phone up and then process of elimination, pull your phone up and look at the pictures and put it back together. So there's a lot of technology y'all have that we didn't have. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have cameras. Only cameras we had was a 35 millimeter. You took the picture. You took the Kodak. You waited a week, and then you got your film developed. We couldn't take free pictures, guys, when we were 17, 18, nor could my daddy or his daddy or his daddy. You millenniums, you Generation X, and then whatever my little son it might be, the 1-year-old. Y'all got it made. Y'all, just like they say it on YouTube, y'all can set up YouTube channels and make goddamn millions. Like, I see people, what's that, paying $4 per 1,000? So if you got 1 million, that's $4,000. So if you get 10 million hits, isn't that $4,000? Let's see. Yeah. For 1 million is 4,000. Or is that 40,000? Is it like 10 million would be 40,000? If you watched a commercial or something, I Googled it. I just couldn't believe it. My daughter's been telling me all these self-made millionaires on there. And I got on some of y'all's channels. Some of y'all got 33 million views. That's insane. At $4 a view, man. I couldn't imagine that check coming to the house. Holy crap. And y'all be living, ain't even doing nothing, just sitting here talking on the phone. That's all. About something that 33 million people want to listen to. So, you millenniums, you Generation X, dude, y'all are very blessed and gifted for having that type of tools to take advantage. And there's a lot of stuff like Craigslist. You can buy and sell cars. My little son-in-law, my oldest daughter's boyfriend, I showed him the little Craigslist for him. I can show y'all if you're interested how to get those low cars, good deals on cars on Craigslist. Because when work was down, like there was a point in my life I had 2 years no work, and I ain't gonna cheat and steal nobody in heating and air or whatever. And so I figured out how to, you know, become I don't know what you call it, what do they call that? A connoisseur, an expert, a master on Craigslist. So we hooked him up. He found like a little 2005 Chevy Malibu for $1,000. And the 4 tires was new. They probably wasn't name brand tires, so they wasn't a 600 like my wife's. But we know they're at least $100 a pop. So, you know, you say $125 a piece for a good new tire. 4 of them was on the Malibu, so he's already 400 up. So he's really only got, you know, $500 or $600 in a car with only 100,000 miles on it. Immaculate upholstery. So I had to show you guys how to find them good deals, you know, and how, you know, one day I got, man, like this truck I'm driving, got it for $5,000 with 93,000 miles on it. I got 193,000. 2 years later, yeah, I drive 50,000 miles a year. I go all over the South to make money. If you got money to spend, I'm coming to your house. Better than sitting at the house making no money. But I put on, you know, in this old Ford F-150, 2003 or whatever it is, bought it from a rich man up in Cummins, Georgia, had all the paperwork, you know, that thick. And I walked up, and I said, sign the title and let me leave. He said, you don't even want to test drive it or look under the hood? I'll do respect, sir, I don't even have to. I can tell by the house you living in and that thick paperwork and how immaculate this truck is. Dude, we're good. Here's your $5. Go get my title and let me leave. And that's how I bought this truck 2 years ago. I've never turned a wrench on it. Bless you, Father in heaven. And then, you know, or some people say knock on wood. But I haven't. I've drove this thing for 90, I think right at 90,000 miles. If we ran out of gas, I put gas, we'll get going. Nothing, man. I haven't even changed, on the real, guys. I haven't even changed the oil in it in 90,000 miles, dude. You know how you're supposed to change every 3,000? With this one, I just wanted to see. You know, because I'm always testing faith. I mean, I'm always testing these theories. I've been doing this all my life. So 2 years ago, I just add oil. It's got the same oil filter, which I really need to change. This 90,000 mile oil filter. But I keep my eye on my gauges. Pressure's always the same. It's not low or higher. But what happens when it does blow like 2 quarts out, I add 2 new quarts to it. So basically, there'll be sometimes it'll lose 4 quarts and it only holds 5. I get so busy like I run out of gas, I'll just add 4 quarts, almost a gallon to it, and it's only got 1 quart of old oil. So basically I just changed it, without, going through all that trouble. So yes, I have drove this truck 90,000 miles and all I've done is just add oil to it, not change the filter. I give you my word. Please don't comment I'm crazy or I'm ignorant, because hey dude, I did it, and there's the proof. Let's see what we're looking at. Hold on. Right there. Boom. 192,000 miles. So I put 100,000 miles on it. It had about 92, 93 when I bought it. It's got the same stuff. So I put 100,000 miles on this oil. But the oil leaks out a little bit. All cars do. Especially when they get 192. But I just top it off. Keep it full. Every, 2 or 3 weeks, lift the hood and pull it, check it. Sometimes it's 2 quarts, sometimes it's 4 quarts. I can hear the valves start rattling just a little bit. When it gets to the 4 quart, you can hear the valves. When you crank it up, they go tick, 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 and then they're quiet down. Get some oil on that motor right then, bro. Don't even go to work until you go to AutoZone or O'Reilly's or wherever you go. Walmart's got that Volo for the $10 a gallon, and oil's oil, man. I don't care what y'all say. You can buy that expensive. Now, I don't know about the... I do like that new oil. They say it's good for 10,000 miles synthetic, but that's pretty pricey. But I'm running synthetic in here too. I don't like. The Walmart $10 stuff. I run it at first, and then I found a place that has the synthetic. And I heard once you put synthetic in it, you're not supposed to go back to your other stuff. Haven't fact checked it. I don't know if it's true. But, the synthetic is solid, better oil. Instead of changing it 3,000, you change it 10,000. So why not for a couple more dollars? I'll make good money. I'll get synthetic put in here for what, 25 a gallon. I think what I'm paying for it, or 23. Okay, let me get some gas in the truck and get to work, guys. It's a gorgeous day in Atlanta, Georgia. 7585 South. I don't know where exactly I'm at. We're on 4th Street and Spring Street for all my ATL homies out there. Yeah. There's your 4th Street at Whole Foods. Look at the cranes, man. They still building in Atlanta. Atlanta's always booming, man. Everybody came to Atlanta. All you guys from Cali, because I'm in the rental business. I do these rental houses, thousands. And so I meet on you guys around here when I go in your house. Where you from? Oh, we just moved from Cali. We just moved from Detroit. We just moved from New York, So everybody's met. Man, our traffic's so crazy. Like 10 years ago, I love the coronavirus because there's no traffic in Atlanta. We just go anywhere we want in minutes. Used to, it'd take me an hour to get from where I ran out of gas to just down the road 3 miles. It'd be an hour, dude. It was insane. And when I was late, I'd have to go down the crazy emergency lane or take a chance in the HOV lane, 2 people or more. Man, I hate doing that. But you got to, if customers yelling, they got to go. You got to get there and fix that air conditioner. So you got to do what you got to do. You can't lose your job. So if I get caught, I had to pay $100, $200 ticket. So I didn't make no money on that call, but I kept that customer happy. So that's why we say it takes money to make money. But I've been blessed and I never got caught yet. That's why my insurance is so cheap. I don't know, I have a spirit. I can feel it. Look, cop just got somebody. I will say this. I noticed in Atlanta, Fulton County, all you Fulton County residents, that they have got hot during the coronavirus. I'm down there every day, and you never see Atlanta police officers pulling anybody over. This was the coolest city. And now, last, say, 6 weeks, they have been hot down here. Now, Cobb County, Cherokee, and Woodstock, woo! Cherokee and Woodstock, stay out of. They're worse than Cobb. But, you know, they was really, like Cobb, they were really hardcore. Those 3 counties. So I'm in Bartow. It's really cool and laid back. I love Bartow County. We're going to move to Georgia, move to Bartow. We got a big, fat, awesome lake, Lake Altoona. And our police department's all sheriff. We only have like our city is Carsville. It's what, 2-3 mile circle. So they only have like 3 city police. Then we've got 50 sheriffs. And the sheriffs don't, you know, they don't do the traffic. They just serve warrants and lock meth heads up, or domestic violence people up, or file evictions. So it's so laid back in Bartow. I moved from Cobb. I was born in Cobb. And I moved to Bartow 25 years ago, and I never regret it. Plus, I live on the southeast end of Bartow. So I'm right there, like a mile from the Cobb County line, so I'm so far out of Bartow, the city and stuff. There's just another reason the cops ain't never down there, because I'm at the tail point, unless somebody's doing something and they're in the neighborhood. So it's been awesome, and I can walk to the lake. I love my location. And they just put Lake Point in, the big basketball arena and all that. So maybe some of my rental properties, I got 5 there, I put in for my retirement. Maybe Lake Point can buy me out. I can, 200,000 times 5, $1 million, and I can retire and just make YouTube videos. Probably drive y'all crazy. Anyway, always remember, you can always stop and pick up if I get annoying. Like I said, it's mainly for my children, so they can always have memories of their daddy, especially my younger son that, I could die tomorrow, man. A guy in our neighborhood 3 days ago, OD, really nice guy from heroin. Another man I know that does heating in there, his wife burned up in a mobile home on the next street over where he's digging that water line. That was my rental property. Next street over, half the mobile home, she burned up alive. He's an awesome dude, won't say no names, but he ran in there and tried to pull her out. Listen, guys, my YouTube babies, my millenniums, my exes, if you're ever in a burning house, dude, kick through the sheetrock. It's 16 inches wide, the studs, because I build houses. The sheetrock's a half-inch thick, dude. You don't mind getting drunk, putting your fist through it, put your feet through it, and go into the next room, or go through your ceiling, and go up through your sheetrock in your ceiling, and cross that house where there's no fire, and get out. Those get trapped in a room and die. I wish I'd known he was sure. I took my Sawzall, drove my truck around back and cut a hole in there. If she would only thought to pull the paneling, the mobile home only has paneling, real thin paneling, to pull that paneling off the wall. It's not hard. And then kick through that, aluminum. Back then it was on like a 50, 60 model trailer. It has aluminum side. As thin as a beer can. You could kick right through it and then jump out the back. Again, those studs are 2 inches by 2 inches. Those old school mobile homes, they didn't have like a house 2x4. They have 2x2s, like a 2x4 split in half. So it's really easy to get through a mobile home wall. So please, guys, never forget, if your house is on fire and you're trapped, kick through the sheetrock, kick through the ceiling, or kick through the exterior. Even if you got bricks come apart, man. Or if you got vinyl siding, you can come through that vinyl siding, man. You take your headboard, your footboard over your bed, and start beating it like crazy. That's better than burning up. She burned up alive, man. You could hear her screaming from that yard yesterday where that leak was, It's just horrific, dude. So, hey, that's what I'm on here for. I'm trying to teach you guys. Because your daddies don't know all this stuff. That's the bad thing. A lot of you millenniums, your daddy's all busy, whatever. Or you come from broken homes. Or you come from drunk daddy's in prison. I give y'all that. Y'all, my generation, our parents stayed married no matter what, My mom and daddy was always married, and all my friends, that was it. We go trick-or-treat and didn't have to worry about it. We were the first generation when they put the razor in the apple. Now our parents flipped out, and we had to have somebody to check our candy. But imagine, dude, before that happened in like 74, 78, we just jump out, bro, and go trick-or-treating. 5, 6, 7 years old, run up and down the neighborhood. Parents trust you, it was like Andy Griffin, Leave It to Beaver. You didn't have nothing this craziness. So, yeah, that's why I was telling you guys, 70s was awesome, dude. If you lived in a good neighborhood, which every neighborhood was in Atlanta, Smyrna, Marietta, Cobb, and surrounding counties, the farther you got out, the better it was, If you did, man, you know, your parents didn't care. You'd go off with your 8, 9, 10-year-old sister or your neighbor's friends and go trick or treat, and they didn't, you know, you didn't have to have your parents go. Just come on back when you're done. It was a cool life. All right, I really got to get this gas and get on the ball. I like talking to you guys, and I enjoy trying to help y'all out. Don't forget about the burning fire. Kick through the, you can't get through the exterior whatever wall. You got the ceiling. Get up on the dresser, jump up through the truss, and go on about there. I got to get some gas, and I'll just talk it. I ran out of gas right here. So, I got to get a cup and put it in here, and then I'm going to back it up and fill it on up. And I'll get it right quick. Give me a minute. Give me like 5 minutes. Let me go pay him for some gas, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Welcome to Atlanta. You didn't catch that case? Let me pay it. So you guys are about to get me locked up. I gotta go. Love you guys. Thank you for watching my channel, and I hope you enjoy it. Subscribe and like if you do. And write me a note if you want to be friends.